I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. Let's press on now to page 17 in the Grade 4 Discovering Music Theory workbook. We continue with pitch and the alto clef. Now we have here the suggestion of finding our own little acronym to remember the lines and the spaces. Personally, I prefer to just count from middle C. I just feel like I've got enough going on remembering treble and bass, and I don't find it helpful to just kind of parrot fashion learn this, as it were. However, it is a helpful tip to me to notice that it's kind of opposite to the treble clef, because you can see here the lines, not the spaces. In the treble clef the spaces spell face, whereas here we can see F, A, C, E, and of course you've got to remember G, but you can easily just remember E, F, G, can't you? And then here, this is kind of like opposite to the bass clef, because here it's the spaces, whereas the lines in the bass clef would say good boys, that looks like bass, doesn't it, deserve football, or I don't know, every green buses drive fast, or something like that, which it's a good starting point. However, I don't find that too terribly helpful, because it still doesn't tell us which octave we're in. So I think we're always going to need to keep middle C as a reference point. And just for the odd little exercise, because I don't use this clef regularly to perform, it's easy enough to just take a minute and work it out. However, by all means, you find an acronym that helps you, whatever you find the best way to go about this. And so I would suggest that you do so, and then use exercise 2 as a revision exercise and just test yourself, because it's going to test all of the clefs. It's going to test treble, bass and alto clef. And so I just think it'd be a good opportunity to use this as a little test, because there's nothing more to learn as such. We just need to apply that knowledge, and there's nothing better than just jumping in and having a go. So do have a go, work in pencil, and then it doesn't matter if it goes wrong. You can just learn from your mistakes. And so in order for this to be note E, we know that the bass clef is all cows eat, so that's got to be bass clef, hasn't it? Because that would be D in the alto clef, C, D above middle C, and in the treble clef it would be note F, A, C. It would be C, wouldn't it? So you've got to know all of the clefs to kind of choose from the options, really. And so if this is going to be E, we know this is middle C, D, E in the alto clef. That's the only way that note can be properly explained. Now for this to be note F, we know the treble clef spaces start with F, face, so it's got to be treble clef. So hopefully you get the idea. If you haven't done so already, do finish this exercise on your own and we'll check through the answers. So let's hope that's what we're doing now. Much better to just jump in and have a go. Now, if you find it's quite hard up here and you don't instantly recognise the note, I think it depends upon which instrument you play. But if you find it hard, you can always drop it down an octave. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 takes us here, but of course we're an octave higher. And so we know that this is every good boy deserves D in the treble clef. an octave higher. If you play flute, for example, or violin or clarinet, you won't find that too difficult to read because you're quite used to reading those high registers. Now for this to be a C that's sharpened, it's going to have to be, you can sort of count down the octave and you can see that's going to be middle C, an octave higher, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's going to have to be alto. Again, here if this is quite low, let's just jump the octave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And for that to be an A, an octave lower, we know the bass clef is all cows eat grass, so there's an A in the bass clef. And then here we can see that if we count up an octave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's going to take us to middle C on this middle line as the alto clef. Again, this is quite low, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 takes us here. And we know that would be E in the treble clef, every good boy. So we're an octave lower and it's flattened, so that's got to be the treble clef. And then here, so if that was treble clef, that would be a D. There's middle C, that would be D. If that was bass clef, it's good boys, so that's G, that would be F. So we have to think of that as alto clef. So C, B, A, G, F, E, or count it up an octave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we can easily see that it's C, D, E in the alto clef. So it's soon sorted if you just take your time. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons, you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.